Welcome to the fourth and final compost based November vlogs. Here I'm just going to sum up my activity for the month just to show you what's going on. And first things first is, let's see how this heap that is 3 days old now and ready for its first turn. Let's see how the temperature's done. Yep, not bad, up to about 64 degrees centigrade. Very pleased with that. So I am very allergic to the spores that are within compost, so I have to wear a good quality mask to keep my lungs in order. Even after wearing that, I can still, my asthma is still playing up a little bit tonight, so yeah, it's very much needed. I know it's abnormal, but yeah, I don't ever want to spend a period in the high dependency ward again, which I've ended up twice. So I only have the one bay, so I can't turn it all out from one into another, so I have to get around it another way. This is my way, which is remove a third out of the bin. So 1/3 out, and then the central portion will go to the edge, and this portion here will go in the centre, and then that lot goes back into here. These things do restrict your breathing a little bit when they're getting old, so that's why they're out of breath, and I'm a little bit unfit. So there's been very good progress in just 3 days on this compost heap. You see a lot of it has lost the green colour. If you get any lumps like this, please don't be afraid to break them up, because those clumps of grass really can stay as a little anaerobic ball in amongst all this heat and wonder. And they can refuse to break up. Not terrible, is it? But you know, it's not something you want to happen. So there we are. There's the middle trench, if you like, slice taken out. Excuse me. And the end slice goes in the middle, ready to have the heat treated. Good bit of exercise doing all this. I think I need a few more a few more days of exercise. Probably do me the power of good. And then this last slice, the original slice, goes back in on top and to the side. You see how much heat has been generated. Very, very active pile. I'm very pleased with the success of this, because I've been doing dialect composting for a long time now, and this is the first time I've had an active pile. It's very rare that I get enough mass to be able to generate a whole bin. I tend to get small accumulations. I stand back in admiration of people when they fill a whole bin, either by slowly accumulating the browns and then adding it all in one go. Very impressive. So when you're finished off turning everything, don't forget to apply wool-based compost, or cardboard, or plastic if you have to. Here, this plastic sheeting is purely as a rain blanket, because a storm is forecast to wash in, and that lid on the top was never going to stay there, so hopefully wedging it in like I am here will stop it blowing away and stop the rain going on top of the pile. Nice little bod job to finish it off. So this little animation just records my timeline that I would aspire to make compost. The 18 days hot composting really is a success. The 12 to 60 day warm composting is very flexible, and the worm finishing can be up to 120 days, but frequently short. Now then, this second phase is what I call warm compost. It is any green material that when the hot composting phase is finished, it gets added to the pile and it gets mixed in. I'm not showing it here, but it gets mixed through the pile. It's a great way of getting rid of greens at this stage right now. That was potato foliage. This is weeds. Weeds are another vital ingredient, but make sure that because it's this warm phase rather than hot phase, that the roots are quite well rid of the soil. Don't be afraid to rinse the soil off, because otherwise they will contain weed seed. Again, it all gets mixed in. And by contrast, this is one bin that's just finished its hot then warm phase. You see there's still remnants of cabbage in here, and it's already being colonized by worms, and this will be my next worm bin. And it's not finished yet, but the worms are getting going. I will feed them for the winter, and wireworm, that's not good, but yeah, plenty of good matter in there for the worms to enjoy. So this is inside my worm finished compost. I will feed them at the surface in there like you would do a normal vermicompost, but the difference being that I only use them to finish the compost rather than feed them deliberately for superior vermicompost. So this isn't a worm farm, just worm finished compost. I forgot to mention as well that I do cover with old carpet, wool-based carpet, that will keep the worms nice and comfortable. They actually really do love carpet on top of them. In fact, there it is, just finished, and I've got one more load of comfrey to go in, the very last remnants of it, and what I'll do now is put the carpet on top and close up, and that'll be it for the winter. And here is my wood dominated pile that's featured in a recent video. It's just about finished now. It's had a good mix of apple mince in with it, because I'll make my own cider, and the residue from that gets mixed up with the wood chips. I'm getting bothered by the flies here. Sorry about the twitching. Same with the seaweed and old compost mix. Not too much heat generated, which is good. It has fallen quite considerably. That's about, what, 18 inches of a fall compaction. So interesting stuff. Welcome back to a very socky Plymouth. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. You've endured my ramblings very well. So I hope you've enjoyed these autumn November compost tours and learned something. I vastly enjoy composting. It's part of my favourite part of the gardening. It's what powers my allotments, because I don't use fertiliser, I don't use manure. So everything has to come from the plants that I can gather around the plots and the compost I can make. If you've got any questions, ask in the commentary below. I'll happily answer anything that you want to ask. Even if it's a negative, I don't mind. We all learn from something that I'm doing wrong. If it's something that you don't like what I'm doing, say so. I don't mind. So my next video should be on green manure. Now that I know from the views that green manure really isn't something that attracts people in, but I really honestly believe that compost and green manure are absolutely fantastic when using a combination. The gains that you make from this crop is quite astounding. It's not too late to get field beans in. It's a little bit late, but it's not too late. I would still give it a try whilst it's still mild. They'll still come up and they'll still give you acres of more nitrogen next year, and foliage to use as composting, to use as a chop and drop, to lay on, on the surface of the crop as a mulch. Loads of different ways that you can actually use it, and I'll try and cover them off in that video again. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep yourself safe and enjoy your gardening, especially composting.